Hello! So this is going to be weeks 10 through 12 pregnancy update. And Merry Christmas, belated I guess now that it's the 27th. And Happy New Year. So yeah, I have quite a bit to talk about, so I'm going to try and make this semi-fast. So first of all, I'm like super excited to be done with the first trimester into the second one. I'm very much like, I set goals in pregnancy because a 40-week goal is like super daunting, and I like to like cut it up a lot smaller than that. So, you know, when you find out you're pregnant at 5 weeks, I'm like, okay, just get to double digits, and then it's wait till 12, 13 weeks, and then you're out of the first trimester, and then you wait till like you feel the baby kicking, which is, well, that's the next thing I want to talk about because the earliest I ever felt with my boys was 15 weeks, I think. And this time, like, I don't know, I swear I felt the baby twice now, which is super early for me even. But I know I have heard people like feel it before, like this early even. I'm gonna be 13 weeks. Well, I am 13 weeks, I guess today would be. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that really was the baby. I'm like 90% sure it was, but we'll see. So what else? Let's see. My energy has gotten a little bit better. It's gotten a little better. I don't need to take so many naps. I still did when I was like 10, 11, and sometimes at 12 weeks. I was still like, I could take a nap for sure if I was able to. I've been really amping up my workouts though. Like, I really wasn't working out too much in the very beginning, and I'm doing at least 4 times a week. I'll either run like 2.5 or more miles, and otherwise I'll do my spinning class, which has gotten increasingly harder. I don't know why, but spinning, like, you know, the stationary bike spinning is like, makes me really breathless. Like it did before I was pregnant, but now like that the blood volume has gone up so much, I feel like it's even worse. So I know that one kind of scares me. I gotta like not push myself so hard in that class so I don't like faint or something because I can't catch my breath. But yeah, the running somehow, I don't know, it doesn't bother me that way. And also like when I would run and stuff and I wouldn't drink any caffeine because I wasn't, I would be like so tired in the afternoon. So I've started putting like half caffeine coffee, like caffeinated coffee and half decaf together, so that, you know, it gives me some of a kick, and that usually gets me through the day okay, unless I'm like incredibly busy or something. Let's see, what else do I have here? It also makes me very hungry, especially with running and like obviously being pregnant and stuff, so I've been eating a lot. I feel like I've been eating a lot anyway. My acne's still bad, if you can't tell. I don't really know if that's gonna get any better. I've got bad acne in general anyway, so. I feel like my chest has gotten bigger. I felt like this last time though too. It got big right away, and then it didn't like grow at all until obviously like your milk comes in, which obviously then it gets a lot bigger. I still have no bump that I can feel. Like when I lay down on my back, I can try to feel for my uterus, and I usually can find it if I'm far enough along, but it's not past my pelvic bone yet. But I can feel like I'm starting what I call like the fat phase of pregnancy, where you just feel fat and you kind of like have a little bit of bloat and like a little stomach that's just like everything moving up, and it's not quite like baby yet, it's just you and your belly. So I don't know. I remember I looked back in my old journal with Britton, and I think at 15 weeks I was still like, said I was still in this fat phase where it's not quite baby yet, like, you know, so much of the uterus, it's like this much showing over the pelvic bone, so it really wasn't much of an actual baby bump, it was just me feeling fat. So I don't know, just get over it. At least I'm in winter and you can wear like big baggy sweaters, which I love wearing anyway, so I don't mind that so much. I had a midwife appointment, like, I was like 11 weeks and 6 days, so almost 12 weeks along, and it was our first prenatal officially. and my thing was I didn't want to use a Doppler at all this time, or ultrasounds. And she said that was fine. She said you wouldn't probably hear the baby's heartbeat until 16 weeks, which I had said before. But my insurance needs to have proof that I'm pregnant, so she had to use a Doppler just to hear the baby's heartbeat and say that I'm, yes, pregnant for sure. So that kind of sucked, but she was really good about it. Unfortunately, like, it took a little bit to find the heartbeat, like, it was making me really nervous. But when she found it, she was only on there for like a couple seconds. It was like, oh, yep, there it is. We don't have to put it on any farther than that, so she was nice about it. And then, I don't know, it's always weird because, I don't know, I like to hear the baby's heartbeat before I tell everyone that we're pregnant. Like, it makes me feel better, especially since I don't get morning sickness. I'm like, maybe it's in my head. Maybe I'm not pregnant. I don't know. My husband thinks I'm acting ridiculous and like I'm a first-time mom or something, but it just makes me nervous. I've heard of, like, you know, I don't know, things go wrong. So I was glad I heard the heartbeat either way. The heartbeat was 162, I believe, this time. And at my appointment there, my weight was 122. So in every pregnancy so far, I've gained 2 pounds in the first trimester. So that's what it was this time too. She also drew my blood there, which I was kind of glad, so I didn't have to go to, like, make an appointment at the hospital or whatever to get my blood drawn and tested. And the other thing I want to talk about was, I don't know, there's like quite a few midwives around our area, or within, you know, driving range or whatever, and the midwife I have, I don't know anyone specifically that's had her as their main midwife, if that makes sense. She's been an assistant midwife to a lot of people, and I only have one friend who's had experiences with her and know someone else who's had experience with her, and they weren't good ones. So I don't know, I still feel peace about her, and I feel like God led me to her, so I'm gonna go with her still. And I haven't had like red flags yet, but I'm just praying like everything goes okay and that this was the right decision. Kind of makes me nervous because you kind of only have to go off of what other people say when it's like a lay midwife or a home midwife. And this week everybody found out that I'm pregnant, and the whole plan was that we were supposed to give out the Christmas card and, you know, just signed Ben, Nikki, August, Britton, and baby, and we have a Christmas tree. Our Christmas tree, I like love candy canes, and we always fill it full of candy canes, but on every candy cane there's a name, and we do it that if you see my neighbor walking by. If you want to eat a candy cane, you have to pray for the name that's on the candy cane before you eat it. So I put our new baby on one of them, but we have like so many candy canes on our Christmas tree, and like, what are the odds someone's gonna pick that one before we tell people? Like, it was pretty soon. I think it was 10 or 11 weeks or something. I think it was 10 weeks, but we were gonna tell our family pretty soon. So I just so happened to have my mom over, and she saw our Christmas tree, and I told her she should try one of these candy canes. What are the odds? But I ended up giving her the one. I didn't look at it, I didn't think to look at it, and she ended up getting the one that said our new baby. And I like could not come up with any like story at the time. I was just like, well, whatever, you found out this way. So they were super excited, obviously. So then they got to know a little sooner than we probably would have told them, but it ended up being really like a fun way to tell them because it was a surprise to both of us. So yeah, and then I sent out our Christmas cards on the 23rd, and I would have sent out sooner, but we didn't have stamps. So everyone seemed to get it on Christmas Eve, so that was kind of cool. A lot of people were surprised, and then we put out our first vlog, which was received pretty well, I think. So yeah, everybody knows now, so that's exciting. I don't know, I'm still so excited even though it's my third kid. I'm still super excited, but I don't expect like everybody to be. So yeah, I think that's all for this week. I will probably update again. I don't know, every 3 weeks seems to be working pretty good right now, so maybe every 3 weeks. Whatever it comes next, it'll come. Alright, have a good New Year's, you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.